Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're strapping in for a really high-speed, insightful look at personality profiling.
Mm,
Specifically, a program that's designed from the ground up to be, and this is a quote, super easy to learn and use,
right. We're diving into the system called Are You My Flock?
which is a great name.
It is because it gets right to the point. The whole idea is that, birds of a feather flock together.
Okay, so our mission for this deep dive is what exactly?
It's to really extract the key insights. We want to give you a kind of shortcut to self-awareness and maybe more importantly, a real advantage in how you deal with everyone.
Let's start with that foundational benefit then, because the source material uses this analogy that just clicks immediately.
Yeah, the language one.
Exactly. It says that learning these personality types is like learning the basic phrases of a foreign language before you go on a long trip.
Yeah.
It's all about preparation.
And what's so powerful about that is the effort itself has this immediate impact. When you even try to speak someone else's language, their personality's language, it changes the dynamic. It totally changes it. That source material says it just dissolves that wall of defense people put up when they feel like they're not being understood.
I love that. It's the intent that matters,
Yeah.
not getting it perfect. The sources even say that if you kind of mess up,
Yeah.
people usually don't get mad or make fun of you. They actually appreciate the attempt. You might even make a friend just by trying.
And that's where the real benefit comes in for you, the listener. It helps you avoid so much information overload, so much, personal frustration.
How so?
Well, when you understand why someone is acting a certain way, you stop trying to make them fit into your box.
Right. So knowing your own flock, your own type, lets you play to your strengths.
Hmm.
But the bigger prize is being able to productively work with people who are not like you.
That's the huge payoff. It helps you release those knee-jerk reactions you might have,
Oh, yeah.
to people or events when you realize it has almost nothing to do with you and everything to do with their natural, predictable style. All that tension just, poof, it disappears.
It's a massive shift, which I guess is why the very first step in this whole process is looking inward.
Always. You have to figure out which flock you belong to first. And the sources are really clear on this. We think we know ourselves. But a formal process can shine a light on triggers we didn't even know we had.
So step one is figuring out your own traits. And personality tests can be a great structured way to do that, to just map out your own habits.
And that self-insight has immediate real-world applications. I mean, it gives you critical insight into your thought process, your triggers, especially around other people.
Like, why does it bother you so much when a meeting goes off topic?
Exactly. Or why do you get energized by a last-minute change of plans? That's all data. It's invaluable data for making better decisions, whether it's at work or just in your personal life.
Okay, so to give you a real taste of this, our sources laid out a few quick diagnostic scenarios. The key here is to go with your gut reaction. Don't overthink it.
Your first honest response is the one that matters.
All right, first one. It's a Wednesday. A good friend calls you up, invites you to dinner on Friday night. What is your first automatic thought? Is it A, let me check my schedule?
B, sounds like fun. What time?
C, I'd love to. What can I bring?
Or D, it depends.
It depends.
Yeah, like who else is going to be there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Next scenario, totally different area. Shopping.
Yeah.
How do you approach it? A, you make a list, you get in, get the stuff, and get out. Mission focused.
B, you go down every single aisle. You're just browsing, buying whatever looks interesting or appealing in the moment.
C, you ask your family what they need, you add it to the list, and you probably buy a little extra just to make sure everyone's taken care of.
Or D, you're online. You're checking reviews from 10 different sites. You find the best price, you order it, and you have it delivered.
Okay, final one. This is about teamwork, your natural role. You're on a road trip with friends. What's your comfortable default position? Are you A, the leader or the driver setting the pace?
B, the entertainer. You're on music duty, telling jokes, making sure everyone's having a good time.
C, the comfort provider. You're making sure everyone has snacks, is warm enough, feels included.
Or D, the co-pilot. You've got the map out, you're planning the stops, checking reservations, making sure everything's running on schedule down to the minute.
So each one of those answers, A, B, C, or D, is a clue.
A huge clue. It signals how you process information, what you value. Is it efficiency? Is it the relationship? Do you lead with logic or with your heart? These gut reactions tell you which flock you naturally belong to.
Okay, so this is where it gets really interesting. We can't just leave it at A, B, C, and D. What do these letters actually represent? What's the difference between an A person and a C person?
That's the core of it, right?
Yeah.
So if you consistently answered A, check the schedule, get it
Mhm.
done, the driver, your flock is driven by efficiency and control.
Right.
They value directness, speed, and getting a tangible result.
So the goal is more important than the process for them. That makes sense?
Exactly. Now, if you lean toward B, sounds like fun, the aisle browser, the entertainer, your flock is driven by excitement and influence.
So they're all about the experience.
The experience is the reward. They prioritize interaction, enthusiasm, making sure things are fun and engaging.
Right. And C was, what can I bring? I am buying extra, being the comfort provider.
That flock is driven by connection and harmony. Their whole world is built around relationships, making people feel valued, and keeping the peace. Their biggest fear is creating conflict.
And that leaves D. It depends. Check all the reviews, the co-pilot. That sounds like they're driven by accuracy and detail.
You got it. They're the analytical, logical, almost skeptical flock. They need data before they can commit. That's why it depends is their go-to. They need more information before making a decision.
So we have efficiency, excitement, harmony, and accuracy. Once you know that about someone, how does it actually change how you interact with them day to day?
It changes everything. It moves you from just guessing to strategic communication. All the ambiguity just vanishes.
So you start to understand.
You start to see why the harmony flock reacts to conflict so differently than the efficiency flock. You see why the accuracy flock needs to solve a problem with a spreadsheet, while the excitement flock wants to solve it with a high-energy brainstorm.
That sounds incredibly powerful. But I have to ask, isn't there a risk here of just stereotyping people? Putting them in one of 4 boxes and leaving them there.
That is such an important question, and the source material is really clear about it. This isn't about defining who a person is in their entirety.
Okay.
It's about understanding their natural behavioral patterns, their default settings, especially under stress. The goal isn't to label someone, it's to understand the operating system they're running.
I see. So it's less about predicting what they will do and more about understanding why they react the way they do.
Precisely. So if you're, say, an efficiency-driven leader, and you have to communicate a big change to a harmony-driven team member.
You can't just lead with the bottom line.
Yeah, it'll backfire. You have to frame it around team stability and how it will benefit everyone's relationships. You have to speak their language.
I get it. The big takeaway is that the frustration you feel when you don't connect with someone is probably not personal.
It's almost never personal. It's just 2 different processing systems trying to communicate, and
Right.
knowing that takes all the emotional cost out of it.
Which was really the mission of this deep dive, to show you how this knowledge lets you optimize your own strengths, but also navigate groups of all kinds. It's about more effective, less stressful interaction.
And if you're already trying to figure out which flock you belong to from your answers, the sources give a really clear next step.
Right. There's an online quiz.
Yep, a resource to quickly identify your flock, and maybe even the flock of someone you work with or live with.
That's right. If you want that full breakdown, you can take the quiz yourself. It's at https://personality-profile-quiz-1.
And you'll get your results sent right to your email.
With a full explanation of your core drivers.
And that's when it moves from just being, interesting trivia to being a really actionable tool you can use for communication, for conflict, for everything.
So here's a final thought to take with you. How might your gut reaction to just one of those scenarios, the dinner, the shopping, the road trip, how might that predict the way you'll approach your next big decision at work? And how could knowing that in advance change the entire outcome?